What's going on YouTube? Josh here checking in. We're back with another video. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was actually really strongly considering playing this entire video sped up with that weird background music. But then I realized that if anybody actually walked in on you watching that video, you know, like maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend or significant other, they would probably think that you are a freaking weirdo for watching some dude with a man bun lift weights in his underwear. So anyway, onto the lifting footage. Welcome back, comeback, episode number 4. Yeah, this is a video series, the comeback. This is episode number 4, and things are going pretty well, not gonna lie. So as I mentioned in a previous video, basically, you know, for all my lower body sessions, I am still taking it pretty easy. As you'll see probably in episode number 5, upper body's getting a little bit tight. But anyway, stay tuned for that next week. So, you know, overall the RPEs here are not all that impressive. The weights are not that impressive. So why the heck do you care? Well guys, because this is a journey. It's about where we're going, where we came from. And you know what? Quite frankly, it's not all going to be lifting PRs like everybody on YouTube. So one thing that I'm doing, you know, since I'm not lifting super heavy weights, is this is a time for me to work on form, work on cues that'll help me out. And so one of the things I'm using to help me, one of the tools, is velocity-based training. So if you probably can't tell, but at the very end of the bar, on the left side of the bar, basically if you look at my left side there, it's attached to a magnet, which is attached to my velocity-based training device through Squat and Science. So I've been using that to just take note of what happens when I change minor cues with my form and how does that affect ultimately what the bar speed does, right? Because I'm lifting so sub-maximally, by making alterations in form and cues and things like that, I'm able to significantly change my bar speed. I actually had an Instagram post on this a few weeks back, so go ahead and check that out if you don't already follow me on Instagram. One of the things that I've been working on since I started the comeback is seeing how I do with the narrower squat stance. When I first started powerlifting, it seemed like everybody was squatting with a much wider stance. And you know, when you're new to a sport and you don't really know that much about it, you kind of just emulate what the other people are doing, what the really strong people are doing. I don't know if this is an actual change or if this was just my perception, but it seems like there are a lot more people squatting with a more moderate squat stance. So what I'm doing, these are obviously high bar squats, and so for my high bar, I'm doing quite a bit narrower, say shoulder width or less. And then for my low bar squats, I'm using a stance that's maybe just outside of shoulder width. I used to squat with a stance that was almost 1.5 times or greater shoulder width, and I found that my hips were just getting really beat up, and I felt that I needed that wider squat stance to maintain stability. And the reality is I can actually use a much narrower stance. So that's just something I would shoot out to you guys and say, you know, if you are squatting a certain way because you think you have to squat that way, well, maybe you don't. So anyway, guys, enough of the squats. Let's talk about these deadlifts. You see that right there? See how I'm shaking my hands? It's because hook grip is not fun. Not fun at all. So I'm using the squat shoes here for these deadlifts. To be quite honest with you guys, in this particular workout, the reason for that is because I was just too damn lazy to take off my shoes and go into some flat-soled shoes. And, you know, honestly, it felt really freaking good this workout. I don't know, I feel like sometimes I just get a lot more leg drive out of the squat shoes, and partially due to laziness, partially I think it actually makes some sense to rotate in some Olympic weightlifting shoe conventional deadlifts sometimes into your programming. I feel like it helps kind of cue to get that leg drive in. So I find a lot of lifters have difficulty engaging the quads and kind of really pushing through the floor on this movement, and I feel like the angle of the squat shoe, where it kind of just increases your shin angle a smidge there, helps really engage those quads and remind you that the deadlift is not just a pull. I believe it was Ed Cohn, the famous power lifter, who said the deadlift is not really just a pull, it's really like a push-pull. So anyway, this is the final accessory of the day. Some snatch grip deadlifts, nothing all that heavy, but a wonderful accessory movement nonetheless. Now you'll see a lot of people on YouTube doing the snatch grip deadlift from blocks or from the rack. but I am trying to get the legs, full body out of this bad boy. That's why the weight's not very heavy. Plus, quite frankly, it's kind of hard, and I'm just getting back into it, guys, so give me a freaking break. Anyway, guys, that is the freaking video. Episode number 4 of the comeback. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions about the lifting footage, if you've got any comments, if you want to tell me my form sucks, you are a weak POS, Josh, be sure to post that in the comment section below. I'll get back to you guys. Anyway, guys, I will catch y'all in the next video. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week.